It's your birthday!
Welcome back, beautifuls. In today's video, I thought of doing a slow, real-time get ready with me. I've been so fed up with all this fast-paced content, and the pull of social media is immense. I went on TikTok 2 days in a row trying to make smash burgers for myself, just to end up scrolling on TikTok for an hour. And you would think, oh, just put your phone down. And honestly, it is as simple as that. But we've heard the news about how the app was made to be addictive, but genuinely, the way it works is amazing. I pick up my phone and then all of a sudden I'm doom scrolling on TikTok, consuming content I didn't even care about, seeing stuff that I don't even really want for real, but leaving with a sense of envy, which is another thing. It's a distraction, just like media, to stop you from focusing on self and tapping back into this world. Because there's people that don't believe about global warming, but they believe that Jesus will come and save us. That's the part that gets me cricket every time. But guys, nevertheless, I made this video today because I just kind of want to be a comfort for some people. I know myself definitely included, that day-to-day life isn't as easy as it seems to be. The quota they give you at school is you live to work. And that's a scary thought, a scary notion. And I say that in a way that life is so much more than whatever you're focusing on right now that's making things seem so unbearable. Like, staying in bed is better, even though you know that staying in bed feels just as shit as getting up and actually doing something for yourself. That's the hard lesson that I had to learn. And I kind of just want people to know that you're not alone, and that if you didn't get up today and you didn't get out of bed, that's okay. You can always try again tomorrow. And if you don't tomorrow, that's also okay. Because life will continue to move, and eventually, with the right support and the right community, you'll find a reason to move again. And that's the beauty of the internet. The one good thing I love about social media is that as lonely as you are in whatever part of the world you are, there's always someone just as lonely a million miles away. And that brings me comfort. It used to make me uncomfortable to think to have so much access to so many people is overwhelming to the source, which is true. We've seen so many faces in minutes that people would have never seen in a lifetime. I've seen mixes of people. I've heard accents. I've seen things that I only wish I could have gone there to experience myself. But with the good comes the bad. With all this, in my opinion, energy farming that happens on social media, there's also energy release. There's people like me and you who don't want to be consumed by things that don't really serve them. Do you know what I mean? If you feel as though some of the things you've been doing in the past, or even right now, just don't feel like they serve you as they should, then stick around while we navigate to this thing called life together. Because boy, I tell you, I don't know more than the next person. We just all internalize a little bit differently. But if you want someone to chill, that's me. I'm your girl. Stay for a while. Changes start small. And for a long time, I was attached to this big idea and frustrated with the outcomes. But life comes in waves, and as time goes by, I learn more about myself, which is one of my favorite things. Whenever I elevate and unpeel a new layer of consciousness, it adds a level of fear and excitement to me. Fear in that right now, I couldn't think my life could get any worse. And then I woke up to a new feeling I wasn't even aware of that I had. And now the feeling never leaves. The feeling is always in me. It stays. I don't think the feeling will ever go. And it doesn't necessarily hinder me. I feel as though I'm more in tune with my internal compass. But the compass is still confused. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a lot of nervous system work left to do. I'm still working on my self-regulation. I'm still figuring out a morning routine that makes me excited to get up, but also not, not something that I can maintain. I don't want to thrive for goals. They always tell you set smart goals, specific, manageable, or no, specific, measurable, something, but what's attainable? I don't know. But basically, they always tell you to set these goals, but they tell you to set realistic goals, but they don't tell you who to be realistic to. Like, to me, my realistic and your realistic is different. Realistically, for me, getting up and having a shower and getting ready for the day, that's realistic. Me leaving the house, going out, socializing, like even going to the shops takes mental preparation. Like, I really have to really need the thing, which I'm trying to let go of. I'm trying to stop having to need a million reasons to do something. Part of me thinks I have some kind of agoraphobia, clearly, because it's like, why are you afraid of outside? And it's like, I knew I had social anxiety, but I didn't think I had it like everybody else. Do you know, like I thought if I wasn't scared of someone looking at me, then that means I didn't have social anxiety. But social anxiety is just like I'm inside now, and the thought of going outside and interacting with people, and it's like, as much as I'm a people person, it's like I didn't know the two could be the same. I didn't know you could be a people person and also have social anxiety. I thought you either had one or the other. And it's like, yes, I could be in public and I could be loud and I can show off, but it's like something about being outside. It's probably less social anxiety, more fear of being seen in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's many words to describe many things, and then there's kind of cut-off points from when it's fear of being seen to clinical anxiety. But then there's so many medical terms that have spiritual explanations as well. Like, if you're like an immense self-doubter or overthinker, clinically that's intrusive thoughts. Like, if you need things to be certain ways, or you're very particular, that could be and it's like you can't help yourself. I don't know, like, that could be in a way compulsive OCD. And to be honest, I could be absolutely chopping up right now because I'm not in a medical field and I actually don't know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're gonna move on. But today, I think I definitely got a taste of the future, and honestly, I love it already. For me, I've always wanted to just be myself and that be enough. I didn't want to have to show up to anywhere on anyone's timing just to get what I needed. I wanted my needs to be the first thing that was met, because honestly, you can always link things back to childhood. It's just like growing up, it wasn't consistent. There was times when we were really up, and then things dropped, and then when the drop came, it doesn't feel like we're still on a downward slope. It feels like more like we're on a stagnant. And I think being stagnant is definitely better than further avalanching down Mount Everest. Do you know what I mean? Which is also something I'm grateful for as well. I also need to remind myself to be grateful that things are still, because as much as I crave for things to be up and to elevate, it's also imagine it worse. And I'm not gonna imagine it too tough before the universe starts doing its thing and starts pissing me off, yeah? Because the universe will always prove you right. If you believe bad outcomes will happen, that's exactly what will happen, because it will shift your mind into closing off the ways that will get you to where you need to go to, which is so true. And it's like, and I thought, and I've had to sit with that on many levels, like the fact that you are in control of a lot of things. Like, you feed energy into something. If you plant that seed, the thing will grow under the right circumstances. And in this universe, there's no seed. You know what I mean? There's no seed incapable of really taking off. But I was on TikTok and I was on live, and at first I started making burgers, and something in me told me to keep going, to keep pushing. And honestly, I wasn't really in the mood. I kind of had to hype myself up. Music is such an amazing tool. Like, there's so many tools we've been given in life, but we haven't been told how to use them. Because if you actually deep it, in the UK, we've got like rampant stabbings and all this because of drill. Let's be honest. If we were talking about giving girls roses or chilling in the park with your friends and like all being nice and shit, I'm sure that society would reflect that more. But when we've got all these drillings and gang killings and all these shanks with my Batman nines and these long things and all these crazy information, it's like, what else are you supposed to do? The same way, if you listen to people, all the music you listen to is about people getting money, getting a bag, you're gonna be like, shit, how do I get in on some of this? Then you start finding ways, start seeing things. If you're listening to music that is so low vibrational, of course you're gonna start picking a fight with the next man next to you. And when he decides that today is your day, dark. Do you get it? Like, the media you consume is so much more important and it's not taught enough. And that's something that I also have to understand. As like, as much as I want to wish I could shift the whole nation, I can only shift myself. And it's literally, it takes one person at a time to have a revelation. It truly does. It's like, of course you can convince the masses, but the masses have to want to be convinced to that idea already. Do you know what I mean? But I kept pushing myself, and then after the burgers were a bit mediocre. Someone told me cook with love, have me thinking, because I wasn't cheery, gassed and smiling now. Maybe that's why, but I already know my concentration face is a serious face. Maybe I'm gonna have a resting angry face. You see that? Because yeah. And then eventually the conversation started shifting to stuff like religion, the matriarchy, love and relationships, and people asking me for advice about hair and topics I genuinely enjoy. And I feel like I run away and try and neglect hair because it's something that I really do like, and I wish that came a bit more easier to me. But I mean, I guess it's more of like I need to just shift my mindset, because let's be honest, I do love doing hair. It's not, I told myself it's not, because I didn't feel like do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I was pricing myself at my worth. Like, let's be honest, who wants to have their hands in some next man's head for 4 hours for £50? Let's actually be for real right now. And it's like, could be worse if you break it down on like a £10 an hour thing, but then it's like, that shouldn't even be the case. Like, you're coming into my house, like, that's a whole separate situation. We can talk about me actually figuring out my next steps in life, but today we're taking it slow and we're just vibing, just kind of, letting you know that little changes are better than none. Because I'm telling you, to get to this point here, it took a lot of, to get to the point to even go on live, but also to go to the point of where I am right now. It took a lot of little baby steps, lots of pushing, lots of oh my god, I don't want to do that, a lot of internal battles to try and piece myself together. And when they tell you that you try a little bit every day and then eventually the picture will come together, and you think, what do you mean by that? And it's like, consistency is key, but it's also just you trying is enough. It allows the body to push itself far enough over the edge to see real change. Like, I've been getting up every day for the past, I don't even know, like, it's been so long that I've been doing this now. It's part of my character, at least for the past, I want to say since the new year. Since the new year, I decided, I generally got up and I just said, this is my year, I'm going to do better, I'm going to be the best version of myself. And I didn't put myself under pressure, because obviously the best version of myself is a millionaire, a millionaire video vixen. But the best version of me that I can be right now is someone who gets up every day, puts himself together, because I know I love doing content creation, and I know that I don't like feeling or looking musty on camera. Not even about how others will judge me, but how I judge myself. Because if I can't even look back at the video of me, what makes you think I'm going to be able to post that? But honestly, I just wanted to rant today, and I'm seeing that this video is actually coming to a little bit of an end. But I think the hardest part for me is truly understanding that how I feel, no matter how deep, it can't be the decider of my life, because you don't see results like that. If I go based on how I feel, I'll never get out of the bed. But you can also train yourself to feel differently. I didn't know that. You can, with enough repetition, you can change the You can change the way you think. When you change the way you think, it changes how you feel about it. And how you feel changes your emotions towards it. And your energy in motion is action. So when you start to flip your perspective, instead of being, oh, I have to get up today, I have to do this, I have to clean this, or I have to be here, I shifted it to the, how privileged am I to be able to get out of my double bed with my 5 pillows, with all my little stuffed pets, with my fan blazing on the left hand corner. How privileged am I to be able to be able to complain about waking up when it's cold, having to scurry myself back underneath my blanket just for another 20 minutes, just so I can, really soak in the first couple hours of the day. To have a heater when it's cold. I felt a little draft on my way back in here after I went to the toilet. I said, boop, put that right back on. Learning to be grateful will change your life. And I don't feel like people explain it in a way that makes you think, oh, I want to do that. I've heard all these videos, oh, be grateful, because it makes you more grateful. And it's like, okay, what does that mean? Being grateful shifts your perspective. Once you think about how much privilege you have, it lets you be delusional. It lets you be, I don't think gaudy is the word, but it lets you be obnoxious in the way that you move through life. It allows you to, I get up now thinking, how lucky am I that I get to shower twice in a day? How lucky am I that I get to shea butter my skin? How lucky am I that I have spare money for a vape that I don't even need? How lucky am I to be able to be sitting here right now and there are other people in the freezing cold breaking their backs just to make some coin? And it's just like, yes, I have been unemployed and I haven't been making my strongest amount of income. Nothing consistently enough for me to really be like, oh, I've been living that life. But when I was on a walk the other day and I was thinking, how lucky am I to be able to just get up and say, I'm going to go to the shop at 10:30 in the, I think it was like 9:30 in the morning, to go to the shops to grab cash so I could buy my pleasures. Are you crazy? And then I walked back and I was just like, there are people literally getting cussed out, sweated on, and just disrespected for money. And here I am, free as a flipping bird, walking back and forth as freely as I please. And it made me think of the time I was in a shift and you're just sitting in a shift and you're just thinking, what if I just walk out right now and just don't come back? You know that feeling, like, what if I just keep walking and don't come back? Like, who's gonna stop me? And then, well, you know who's gonna stop you. You're gonna stop you. But it's just like, I'm so privileged, and it's like society will try and make you think that unemployment is a disgrace, that you should be embarrassed, that your first move should be to change that because you don't deserve to be doing nothing. The fuck? What do you mean I don't deserve to be doing nothing? Do you know how lucky I am to be chilling where I am right now doing? And I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? Like, I've been unemployed for a year and almost a half. And do you know how many people out there wish they could just have a couple days and a couple hours? Listen, one of my friends joined my live today. She told me she was working a shift. She works 9-hour shifts and they give her a 30-minute break. I know you fucking lying. 30-minute break after 9 hours. I'm thinking, listen, I was cleaning my room for 5 hours and I wanted to escape myself. My own room in my own house where I could just lay down. I probably did lay down. And I'm just thinking, like, imagine now having to do that at the whim of somebody else, having somebody, like, no. Like, this whole time I've been mistaken. I thought I was the person in the worst position. Do you know how lucky it is to be smiling up in the sun while everyone else is at work? This past year, I've been sitting in my house, depressed, upset, ungrateful for my position, looking for more reasons to cry myself to sleep. Just to finally use my free will, go on a walk, look up at the sky, see the trees breezing by and being like, if I was at work, I would have missed this. If I was at work, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. And yeah, you can always think, well, if you had work, then you'd have more money and you'd be able to do more stuff. But it's like, but would I have more time? Would I have more time though? And that is the most beautiful thing. Coming to that realization. that everything you need is already right here. And the more grateful you are for what you have, the easier it will be for new things to come in. And honestly, that's my new thing. I'm literally walking and living in gratitude. I refuse to be ungrateful. I refuse to allow intrusive thoughts or other people's pessimistic outlooks on life. I will forever look on the bright side, because the dark side will always exist. It will always exist. It doesn't mean you have to pay attention to it, though. The same way that whatever's at the back of my head will always exist, but I see it. Do you get it? Like, you don't see what's going on at the back of your head, but you know it's still there. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to be sad or angry or whatever. You don't need to feel anything other than grateful. Honestly, just gratitude. Just be absolutely great. Like, I'm gonna go have another shower. Like, I was debating, should I have another shower? Showering twice in a day, I usually don't like that. Why? I don't know. Who told me all these things? Who told me I don't like to shower? Who told me I don't like getting clean? Who told me I don't like getting ready? Who told me I don't like getting up for the day? Like, you really got to start questioning who is telling you all these things. And it's like, who tells you these things? And it's like, you may never get an answer, and it will probably always be a big group of childhood, the way you were raised, the way people interacted with you in your childhood. Like, it will probably be a lot of stuff that you'll never be able to fully put your finger on. But once you start thinking, who's telling me this stuff? Who's really doing da-da-da-da? Because to shower twice in a day, do you know how lucky you have to be to shower twice in a day? Once, okay, there's people out there that ain't seen water in weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna go use my water while I can, because that Buddhist teaching that also kind of gets me moving is something about, I don't remember what it is specifically, but there's a Buddhist like concept where basically when something breaks or when something drops, you let it, because at the end of the past, present, and futures will happen at the same time. So at some point, everything is gone. At some point, I'm gone. At some point, everyone in the life, or everyone you've ever met, or everyone you will ever meet has been born and died already. Because the crazy concept about life is that, like I said, past, present, and future, PPF is all happening right now. So it's like, do you know what I mean? It just makes me feel more, it makes me cherish moments more. Like, Prince is already dead in a way, so now that he's here and I can see him, I love him, I take care of him, I cherish him. Same with my dad. Like, in a way, he's gone as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, your loved ones are gone in a way. That's why it's so important to cherish them and really spend time with them, and really spend time with yourself, but also just remembering to be grateful, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you got a little something from it, and if you didn't, that's fine. I know I did. But just remember to walk in gratefulness, and remember that you are in control of your life, and that you're only a perspective shift away from changing everything. I love you. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday, all day. Whatever day you're watching this, it's a Thursday for me, 26th of March, Prince's birthday. But I love you. Bye.